Viewer discretion is advised.
It never gets any easier. Seeing him like this.
Officer Sanders, couldn't we at least have Harrison transferred to Indigo Valley? For everyone's safety?
I'm afraid not, Travis. I know the police chief over there, and Mark won't have it. Doesn't want all our drama in his town, he says. Can't say I blame him. That town's weird enough as it is.
I still don't understand. He had friends. He got good grades. He would help us out with money. And all that time, he was doing all those things.
What our son did to Paul Sanchez is beyond words. And all the other kids too.
And you don't believe Rufus influenced your son at all?
I don't believe that this Rufus he talks about is even real.
Follow me. See this interrogation room? I spoke with Rufus Dulesky inside that very room when he was brought in last month. So unless I imagined it, Rufus is real all right.
Wait a minute. Rufus Dulesky is the boy who was missing earlier this year.
That's right. And he told me that he had dealings with your son.
Well, I'll be damned. I heard him say the name Rufus a couple of times. But I always thought.
We appreciate whatever it is you're trying to do, Officer Sanders. But I don't see how this will help our son. Or anyone for that matter.
It's actually in everyone's best interest to appease P.A.B. They've been out here protesting for a month now. It's making it difficult for us to get to the parts of town where we're really needed.
It's crazy how people forget that we campaigned against crime to improve this town. We spent our whole careers doing it. Then we get one bad incident, and suddenly, everyone forgets the good we've done. I'm not condoning what our son did. But he needs professional help. Juvenile detention doesn't do anyone any favors. I should know that.
Believe me, Travis, I don't like it either. These kids do need proper help. But sometimes we have no other option.
My sister, Ramona, spent a year in juvenile hall when she was Harrison's age. She was never the same after that. I just don't want my son to end up the same way she did.
I wonder if Harrison was telling the truth about her. About what she did to him.
Ramona was a disturbed woman. But she would never.
Never would Ellen. Give our son cigarette burns. Smash plates in front of him. All those bruises, and we never even noticed. Honey, face it. We failed him. We failed as parents. People have every right to be angry with us. It's what we do now that counts.
I'm sorry, Officer Sanders. What were you going to tell us?
I can't give legal advice. That'll be for your attorney to sort out. All I can say is, your son definitely knew Rufus Dulesky. And it may be a good idea to distance yourselves from him. At least until after the hearing. And for what it's worth, I just want to thank you both for your service on the council. It's a shame you had to step down.
And I thank you too, officer. We've always appreciated our police department. Hopefully one day, this town will be much safer. With or without us.
Just as I thought. The Mercers. I told you they were coming here. Trying to get their son out of where he belongs.
No comment. Let's go, honey.
Not so fast, rich guy.
Mrs. Sinclair. Do I need to call my attorney? Or ask the police to escort us safely through your protest? The choice, as always, is yours.
Ha, now I see where your son gets that shit attitude from. A bunch of fucking bastards you Mercers are. Living in luxury and comfort, while the rest of us suffer.
I'm not going to argue with you, Mrs. Sinclair. I only request that you let us leave, before I get some officers out here.
To do what? Disperse a peaceful protest? I don't expect you to see how corrupt this town is. The wealthy are protected, while everyone else is left out to dry.
Travis, let's just go back inside.
Come on.
They're not gonna protect you forever.
I was afraid something like this would happen. Why don't you let me escort you through the back entrance? They won't see you leaving from there.
Oh, thank you, Officer Sanders.
Right this way.
Travis, we may have to leave town after this. If our son is to have a future, it isn't here. It has to be out of state.
Unfortunately, you're right. Once this case is over, we're leaving. And hopefully, we can get him some real help.
They can't hide forever. Surely they realize that.
Don't worry. I assure you we'll get them, very soon.
Eliezer. Hello, sweetie. Have you got everything sorted out for the rally on Thursday?
Yeah, I have. But I thought we were gonna do things my way. No more live streams outside the police station.
I already told you, Eliezer. People need to see us doing something about the bullying.
I understand that. But won't it be better to wait until after we win the case, and take out Paul then?
Nonsense. If we stop, the bullies will regain their foothold. And we don't want that, do we?
No. I suppose not. I'll see you Thursday at the rally then.
Excellent. Make sure you bring all your friends, okay?
Janet, wait.
I really hope that Paul hasn't gotten into his head.
I'm sure he hasn't. Eliezer despises bullies, correct? So of course he'll stay with us.
I should hope so. 'Cause if his plan fails, we may have to reconsider his involvement with us.
And we hope that showing Rufus our plan will bring him on board tomorrow.
It's worth a try.
There isn't a whole lot of time left to convince him. Are you sure he's trustworthy?
I'm not sure. But he's been nice to me lately. Really nice. And if he's telling the truth, then it's worth getting some answers.
And you're sure he's not doing this just because of your grandma?
He doesn't have a choice. Remember what I told you about Hunter? He needs our protection.
Hunter and Eliezer are both good kids, Paul. I'm sure I can talk to them for you, and we can skip the whole counter rally thing. We can convince them to scale back some of the things that P.A.B. has done.
It's not about convincing them. It's about showing them there's another way. A better way.
I understand that, Paul. But you're putting yourself and others in danger by doing this. I don't think I can support you. I'm sorry.
What do you think, Tommy? You've been quiet.
Well, I think.
Listen to me. You don't want to get caught up in this. And neither does Paul. Especially since you'll be moving away, and none of this will even matter to you anymore.
Tammy, is everything okay? Is this about the school newspaper article?
What article?
The one she wrote for the latest newspaper. You haven't seen it.
No, I don't really read the school newspaper.
P.A.B. put me up to it. I had to go back to the paper and write an article supporting them. If I didn't, they threatened to.
Threaten to what? Tammy, what did P.A.B. threaten you with?
They've been sponsoring my family's grocery store. And it's really helped. And if I didn't write the article, they said they would make things worse for us.
What?
Paul, I'm sorry. You should know that
No, it's fine. I get it. Excuse me.
Problem with P.A.B? I told you to file a restraining order. I have already done so. Against all of them.
Look, Rufus.
I have also filed a restraining order on behalf of your grandmother. So they don't bother her. You're causing your grandmother a lot of worry. And if you go forward with this tomorrow, you will make things worse for yourself.
As much as I hate to say it, Paul, Rufus is right. Every time we've gone up against P.A.B, it hasn't ended well. I said I would support you no matter what, and I still will. And the best way I can help you right now is to keep you away from dangerous people.
I know it's hard to hear, Paul. But just give it a month or two. And all of this will go away once the court case is over.
I don't believe this.
You would do the same thing in our position, Paul. I didn't want to write that article either. But my mom agreed that we had no choice.
I can't help you. Even if I wanted to, I can't be within 100 feet of anyone who is P.A.B, except under special circumstances, like a court hearing. Give up now. Don't be stubborn. I thought you were better than that.
I have to do it. Even if none of you help me.
Paul, think about this.
I have. If nobody stands up to P.A.B now, then it'll be too late. Something has to be done, or things will only get worse, like before. And if nobody else is willing to do anything, then I might as well go it alone. I'm going home now. To prepare. If any of you change your mind, I'll be demonstrating right outside P.A.B's rally. By myself if I have to.
Seriously, Paul, don't just jump right into this. There's no way it can end well. We can come up with a different plan.
Sorry, but I gotta go. I'm gonna be busy.
Simon, it's been a while.
Really? Paul just stormed off, and you and I have never been on good terms. And you think now's a good time to just start up a casual conversation? Unbelievable.
It's Paul's decision to go and do as he pleases. As I've told him many times before, the consequences are his to bear.
So all of this, befriending his grandmother and staying at her house, it's all just an act. I knew it. You haven't changed at all. First chance you get, you'll run off like before, and we'll be left to clean up the mess.
It's not my responsibility to get involved. I would only make things worse. And I don't see you stepping in to help your best friend.
Not your responsibility. You enabled Harrison at the beginning. How is all this, at least not partly your responsibility?
You're hiding from the truth, because you don't like it. But like it or not, you are responsible for what's happening over there.
Excuse me, what's going on out here? Where is Paul? Why isn't he with you?
Mrs. Fitzpatrick, I believe Rufus is planning to leave you at some point.
Rufus can leave to see his friend whenever he wishes. It's his decision, and he's more than earned it.
What?
He's been a great help around the house. And he's kept that horrible mob away from here thanks to those restraining orders. Do you know where Paul went? He was supposed to be with you all.
He was, but he went back to his house. Apparently to prepare for his counter-protest.
Counter-protest? Huh. So much like his grandfather. Stubborn as ever. It runs in the family, I'm afraid.
But don't you think that could be dangerous for him?
Yes. But I can understand why he's doing it. And I respect that.
Off topic, but I'm moving back to Arizona this weekend. And Paul doesn't know.
Are you serious, Tammy?
Tammy, you haven't told any of us about this. How come? I wanted to, but with everything that's going on. And with Paul so caught up with his planning, it never seemed like the right time.
And you all wonder why you're all so easily controlled.
What the hell are you talking about?
Simon, please, calm down. Let Rufus explain himself. Even if he is a little rough around the edges.
Thank you, Marissa. As I was saying, these kids here get so caught up in their stupid plans and lives that they fail to see the bigger picture. And since you've forgotten to inform Paul of such a basic detail.
Of course. Paul's gonna go to that protest and get destroyed by P.A.B. And to make matters worse, one of his friends is moving away.
And his grandfather is on his deathbed, in case you've forgotten.
I should go back inside.
Of course, Marissa. I'll put on a pot of coffee in a little bit. Just the way you like it.
Thank you, Rufus. You're very kind.
It's no problem.
This is all kinda weird. Tammy is moving away. Rufus has gone all domestic. Feels like I'm in an alternate timeline or something.
Simon, bigger picture, remember?
Your friend is correct. You should take care of what matters now, while you still have time to do so.
All right. The three of us should head over to Paul's house and break the news to him.
So Saturday you're moving back? Yes, that's right. The store is doing really well again. That's the main reason why my family came here to Wilford Heights. Now that it's back on its feet, there's no need for us to stay. Besides, the reservation is our true home. I wouldn't expect either of you to understand.
Of course. We're still gonna miss you when you leave.
And I'll miss you guys too.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, son. Just wanted to let you know that we're back home.
You guys are back. That's great, Mom. When did you get in?
Just now. We saw that you weren't here, so we figured you'd be out with Paul.
Well, actually, I'm on my way over to Paul's house with Tammy and Julie.
Oh. Well, your father and I were hoping you could come home, and the three of us would go out to dinner.
Well, we really need to see Paul right now. It's important.
More important than the parents you haven't seen in 2 months? Come on, son, come home. We really want to see you.
All right, Mom. I'll be there. Love you too. Sorry, I have to get home. My parents are back from their trip, and they want us to go out for a family dinner.
That's okay, Simon. It's getting late anyway. Maybe one of us can just text Paul instead.
All right. I'll see you both tomorrow. Hopefully, Paul steps back and remembers the bigger picture.
There's Paul. Right on cue.
I wanna take this one. Can I?
Sure, go ahead. Let's see if he's made the right decision to join us.
We still shouldn't underestimate him. He did take down Harrison after all.
No. We took down Harrison, not Paul. It's clear by our evidence that Paul is conspiring with Harrison and Rufus to bring the bullying back, worse than ever.
Hand over your bag.
Before P.A.B. came along, there never used to be bag checks.
But it's necessary, Paul. It's for our own good.
And your phone too.
What about it?
Hand it over.
I didn't bring my phone.
Come on, Sanchez, you know the drill. Don't make it difficult.
I'm being honest. I haven't touched my phone since yesterday morning. It's been off the whole time.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Hand the bag over.
Suit yourself. Nothing in there but books.
Wait. He didn't even bring his phone with him? I thought all bullies needed their social media these days.
Really, Janet, he's not like Harrison. Don't underestimate him.
Bullies are all the same. Whatever he's planning, P.A.B. will stop it.
Well, I guess you're free to go.
Thank you, kind sir.
Sure, no problem.
Look, there's Dominic, making his way to the stand.
Oh, what the hell's that bully doing here?
Alright, let's go.
Why would Dominic be up there? He must have some kind of plan. That's gotta be it. I mean, he wouldn't join P.A.B. Would he?
Damn it. I see Paul there in the crowd. I can only imagine what he must be thinking, seeing me standing up here.
Now that you're here, you'll be the first to speak. Do it. Now. Do you have the notes we prepared for him?
Right here.
I, Dominic Hollister, sincerely apologize for all the bullying I have done, for all the trauma it has caused so many of you.
Dominic, you can't be serious.
Paul, I have to do this. For my family. If I don't, well, you know.
That's right. These bullies will obey us. Or they will face the consequences.
Violence? Threats? Blackmail? Gee, almost reminds me of a certain someone.
Is it just me? Or are things starting to look a little tense down there?
Guys, we need to get to class.
Paul's all alone out there, Quincy. He's not even answering our calls or texts either.
We've got to get out there. Let's go.
Wait. What about class? Do you guys really want to get mixed up with P.A.B.? I sure as hell don't.
Paul's your friend. Don't you want to help him out?
I do, but not this time. I'm sure I can help later on in some other way though. Bye.
We don't have time to worry about Quincy. That protest out there could get hot at any moment. And Paul's right in the middle of it. Let's go.
Come on, Eliezer. You're making up a story based on a few out-of-context pictures.
Well, those pictures aren't photoshopped. So explain why your family is harboring Rufus.
It's because bullies only help other bullies.
Do you remember when Harrison used those out-of-context pictures and video to defame me and other students? What's to stop P.A.B. from doing the same?
Are you accusing us of lying? Despicable brat. Your mother should have put you in your place. Like I did her.
Wrong. You didn't kick my mother out of P.A.B. She left. Because she saw how destructive you're all becoming.
Where are you three going?
Rutina.
Wait a minute. Do I know you?
Me? Oh, no, I don't think so.
Strange. You remind me of some girl I ran afoul of years ago back in Tyndale.
So why are you blocking our path? You trying to keep our friend isolated and alone over there?
No, just trying to stop bullies from banding together and causing trouble. This is supposed to be a peaceful event, you know.
By the way, what the hell's going on back there with your security guard? Why is he blocking my friends?
How did you even notice that?
Paul knows how to spot this sort of thing. More than anyone else here, he's had to endure years of it.
Hey, remember we had an agreement. You better not be thinking of going back on it.
Shove that agreement up your ass.
What was that?
You heard me. I promised Paul, and all the students here right now, that I would change and become a better person. If there's one thing Paul taught me, it's integrity. And I'm not abandoning that. Just like before, I'm standing with my friend. And not only that, he's the one person who saved me from Harrison, who threatened to blackmail me, by the way. Just like you're trying to do now.
You are sued, you bastard.
By all means, bring it on. The time for talking is over. This is a war, you fucking bitch.
Ooh, shit.
Think about it, guys. P.A.B. has invaded your privacy. The cameras. The checkpoints. The intimidation tactics. The list goes on and on. Most of you should be able to see the similarities between Parents Against Bullying and a real bully like Harrison Mercer.
This is all bullshit. The only bully I see is standing right here. P.A.B. is doing good for this school. And you're all nothing but fools if you can't see that.
They're aggressive.
And completely out of touch. What the hell does this dinosaur Karen know about our school anyway? She hasn't been in an actual high school since before my grandma was born.
Damn, this motherfucker's on a roll.
Talks like a bully. Acts like a bully. Didn't you all hear what he just called me?
Yeah, it was pretty funny actually.
Oh hell no. You're seriously siding against P.A.B.? I thought you were with us.
Well, I changed my mind.
Good for you, Stefan. This school's pretty much become a police state now, all because of P.A.B. I'm sick and tired of this whole thing.
Everyone listen. We all want to make this a better school. But tell me, do you really feel better with security cameras, random bag checks, and stupid accusations? I'm willing to bet most people here just want to go on with their lives unbothered.
I agree with Paul. Can't you see what P.A.B. is doing to our school? Ever since they installed themselves into power, things have been even worse than when Harrison was here.
No, they're keeping us safe. The bag checks and cameras are only in place until we flatten the curve of bullying.
See, that's all P.A.B. supporters do, is regurgitate all the popular P.A.B. talking points and buzzwords. I thought I was on board with it, but this protest really opened my eyes. This organization is doing nothing but harm, and I'm sick and tired of it.
That's right. Fight back against the bullies and their supporters. Everyone against P.A.B. is a bully. You are all within your rights to defend yourselves from them.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking it's best if we stay away from all this. But what about Paul? He's right in the middle of it. Simon? What is it?
Janet, maybe we should call this protest off? This is getting out of hand.
Absolutely not. I will not lose to bullies.
Paul saved us from Harrison, and so did Dominic. I forgot it once, but I'll never forget it again.
You'll wish you have. P.A.B. has prepared for moments like this.
Brutus. You know what to do.
Everyone, stop it this instant. This protest has gotten way out of hand. You will all disperse immediately.
or I will have to call the authorities.
Go ahead. Call them. I will tell them all about your failings as a school myself.
Mrs. Sinclair, my job is to protect every one of my students, and I urge them all to come back inside and go to their classes. There is learning to be done. I fully support your right to protest, but I am sure this matter can be sorted peacefully, without the need for violence and aggression.
Guys, listen to him. If P.A.B. wants to stand out here screaming and shouting, then that's on them. Our education is more important, and we can deal with this later.
You haven't won, Paul. We'll be here throughout the day.
Hey.
Paul. I'm sorry I didn't publicize what you were gonna do in my article.
No, it's alright, Tommy. It was better this way. This thing could have gotten violent. And if we'd been doing an actual counter-protest, I don't think we would have been able to control it.
So, all's well that ends well, right?
Not really. Look at her over there, rallying the troops. She's ready and rearing to go. Like you said, it's a war we started.
Then we'll all be here to fight it, right?
Paul, there's something we have to tell you. 2 things, actually.
What is it?
Paul, I'm moving back to Arizona this weekend. I would have told you sooner, but I just couldn't find the time.
Oh.
You know what? I have no excuse. I should have told you before. I'm sorry, Paul.
And also, your mom just sent me a text since you didn't have your phone with you. Your grandfather, it looks like he's in his final hours. I would go see Hopper and get an early dismissal. Then get yourself to the hospital as soon as you can. Your mom said your aunts and your uncle are already on their way too.
Then I guess this'll have to wait. And Tammy, hopefully I can be there to see you off.
Thank you, Paul. But I will totally understand if you're not able to.
I'm sorry, all of you. Clearly, I've made things even worse than they already are.